1, 2, 3. We want to welcome everybody to Mom and Dad Talks, where our favorite two people are mom and dad, and there's somewhere where we're supposed to be 4th of July. Well, that was last week's talk. Anyway, we're going to talk about there's Emmanuel Walker the second, talk about why Deion Sanders should move on from coaching at Colorado, and his main point was because of his health. And he said that why not have Coach Prime at the top? Is where he belongs at this point in his career. Sanders has plenty of talented assistant coaches underneath him who could take over coaching duties tomorrow if needed. Let them cook and keep Coach Prime as a decision-making leader who is more beneficial in the business world, which I thought was kind of crazy. But this is no-brainer for Colorado and would prepare him as a potential candidate to take over for George, who previously said he intends to retire from his AD post after his contract expires next year. Yeah, I had the same look. And, MSNBC's putting it out there with this guy, Emmanuel Walker. I mean, Carlin, what's your opinion about this before I start?
Well, the look on my face wasn't as much, I don't think it's a good idea, as much as he's proposing some things based upon information that I didn't have until you just said it. Mm-hmm. I did not know that the AD for Colorado, who Deion is really close to, has said he's done after next year. Mm-hmm. That's huge news.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that paved the way for Deion. He's the one that wanted Deion there. He's the one that went to bat for Deion.
But he's leaving out on top, Carlin. Think about it. You fixed the program. You got money in the program. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got more than enough money to retire.
I'm not against him leaving. I don't know how long he's been there or whatever, but you're right. I don't know that you can top this. You don't want to wait for the descent. You right? Leave on top, man. I don't know how old this guy is. I'm sure he's probably, close to retirement age or whatever.
That program probably ages you a lot faster because it's been
right.
A program.
That too. So let me say it like this. I think it's plausible. I called this in the beginning, actually. A friend of mine, James Lewis, shout out to James Lewis, Sirius XM, HU Voices, channel 141 on Thursdays, I believe. But the Lance J Radio Network, he's kind of a hater, Deion. He says he's not, but I think he kind of is. So we've gone back and forth ever since he left Jackson State. And I let him in on the secret that Deion's health is not good.
Yeah.
Deion knows how to take care of himself. He looks like he's in good shape when he's in health. But blood clots, man, blood clots are serious. Mm-hmm. Remember Chris Bosh? He retired immediately and never came back. Mm-hmm. Right? They know how to cure it they know how to control it with surgery and medication. But man, that's anytime that thing flares up, it's possibly fatal. And I've seen the pictures recently within the last week of how he looked. He's lost a lot of weight again.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, he can bounce back, but it takes him out. If this had happened during the season, it'd probably be a disaster because, he's got to step away for maybe a couple months at a time. Mm-hmm. I don't know that it's a bad idea. I really don't. I'm one of the people that said he's got to try and swing for the fences right out of the gate, which is why I defended him getting in the portal, which is why I defended him playing his son Shador when he knew he was a 4-star quarterback. Why try to recruit a 5-star to a 1-11 program? They're not coming. You didn't have any NIL money. I mean, it's kind of dumb. I mean, I got into an argument with a guy on social media last night. He was like, well, why didn't Coach Prime recruit a 5-star quarterback to push his son? Okay, who's coming to Colorado as a 5-star? Who's coming to Jackson State as a 5-star? Right? He already had a 4-star in his hand. Yeah. Why you dumb? But anyway, he had to come out.
Burden had to be screwing the bush. Let's just call it.
That's right. He had to come out the gate firing and get success early. Ramp up, go to 4-8, and then 9-4, and you know what I mean? Because I didn't think this was ever going to be a long run. Not because he wasn't going to be successful, not because of the haters, not because of all the other stuff, but because I really didn't believe health-wise he's going to be able to do it. Man, these head coaches in college, they're going to early graves, man, because it's tough. And that's that.
And Deion has made it tougher on college coaches because he raised the standard. Let's just be real. He's relating to the players. I mean, It used to be, hey, you play for an Al. I mean, you talking about Nick Saban, all-time classic, retired because he saw the writing on the wall. Deion Sanders going to outcoach me. He's going to recruit me. Game over. Because college is about recruiting. Let's just face it. And when you go against Deion, you can't go against the NIL. You cannot compete against him. I mean, the great Bill Belichick, right? Some people don't call him great, but he's having a hard time right now. You know what I'm saying? And
He's having a hard time getting players.
Brady.
In college, it's about getting players. And, I've been watching the recruiting wires, man. I haven't even counted how many 5-stars Colorado has. They went like 20 years without having a 5-star. Now they're getting one. They've gotten one every single for the last 3 years in Deion's tenure. They've gotten a 5-star, and one of them was a quarterback. And we're not going to talk about that. Julian Lewis was a 5-star when he committed to USC, and then when he decommitted and went to Colorado, he was a 4-star. Make it make sense. Kid has never played a game in college yet, and he drops a star simply because they're haters. But at any rate, the point is that you're right to a certain degree. Deion has applied pressure, but he also has put pressure on himself. He's got his weekly television show with Roxy Diaz. He's got his endorsements. He's got his motivational speaking. He actually teaches a class at Colorado called the Prime Effect.
I want to take that class myself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Deion, how do I get down with that, bro?
Yeah. And he's a father and a grandfather now, and he's traveling all over the place. Brother probably does need to slow down because he has blood clots. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, it's not a storybook ending. I'm not saying he should retire. I think that it's plausible what this guy is proposing. Move him up to the front office, make it a little bit cushy for him, where it's not as hard on him, right? I don't think he has anything else to prove. He proved the impossible.
Carlin,
that he proved
done yet. Deion.
No, I know he's not done. I'm just saying he doesn't have to prove anything to anyone else anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He proved that he can be the greatest athlete of all time. I think he's the greatest athlete of all time, sports athlete of all time. Mm-hmm. Argue with your mama on that. You know what I'm saying?
Say the job with your mama.
He proved that he could transition from being a great athlete to being a great coach. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what anybody says. Oh,
that's hard to do.
But okay, yeah, taking over the worst program in college football in 2 years, making them bowl eligible and in the hunt for a CFP bid and a conference championship, in the less than 12 months away from being a 1-11 team. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what it is. He doesn't have to prove it. He doesn't have to win a national championship. He doesn't have to win the conference championship. You did it, bro. Look, to focus on your health.
But see, my thing is this. I think Deion is just something. You know how that dog is in you. You want to prove something for yourself. I can coach without my son and show you guys I'm still a coach. And I think for him spending that 1 year just to do that for himself will be an easy move for them to go as the athletic director for Colorado at that point. Plus,
the question, Todd, is what's the cost? Because the pictures that I'm seeing right now are not good of him. He looks like he's down like 50 pounds. The other day, they showed video of him fishing with Travis Hunter. Like Travis Hunter left Jacksonville to go fishing with Prime, and they're out on the boat, and he does not look good, man.
But greatness, there's a price to pay. If you want to be a great athlete or great something, you're going to lose sleep. You're going to pay the price for being great. And great people tend to have that tendency. When you look at the guys when they practice, I mean, Larry Bird running around saying, I'm going to run around before I play a game with you guys, and I'm going to beat you after I get done running around the gym for a couple times, some laps to get in condition. That's the thing that these guys have. They push themselves beyond the limits of even sanity for just average people. And let's just call it average people. They're average for a reason. They don't push themselves beyond too far. Great people, especially when you're great in a lot of areas, no matter where you put them, you're going to be smart, intelligent, and succeed because of the push. And I agree with you. Yes, he needs to do something about himself. But Carl, let's just be real. Your mind says, I'm going to leave on my terms. And that's the thing that people got to understand. Remember, Deion still played in the NFL long past his greatest days. He was still good. But, everybody wants to retire when they want to in their head, how they want to.
Here's a caveat. This is life and death.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Deion around where he could be interviewed and he could talk trash and reminisce about the old days than for him to eke out another 1 or 2 wins, go 10-3 or 11-2 or whatever, just to prove haters wrong. And haters can kick rocks, man. He doesn't have anything else to prove at the coaching level.
That's true. And I guess we'll get ready to wrap it up because I know we're up to the minute here because you got to take your daughter to a game or whatever tonight. But, like I said, what I really like about Dion is like he takes the Christian belief seriously. And he's unashamedly talking about his Christian belief. And the Bible says, whatever you do, do with all your might, soul, heart, and strength. That's a value, folk, that every Christian should have, but they don't have. And let's just be real. We don't always get our best effort in whatever we do. And think about it. Whatever this man touches, he gives his best effort to learn it, to do it, and to conquer it. I mean, he tries to understand. He tries to get wisdom behind it. And he's a fast learner. That's how you acquire fast learning. Learning new skills fastly to be able to dominate whatever you're talking about. I mean, basketball, baseball, football. I mean, people forget he was an All-American in basketball. He didn't have to play football. He could have been playing basketball.
Right.
He was, he was that good, and to be that good in life and everything you touch. Come on, even as when he was an announcer, he was fantastic.
Well, I do think this, Todd. All of us at some point in time will choose the hill that we're going to die on.
No,
I think the only question, and I'm not being metaphoric here, is this the hill that Dion wants to die on?
Oh.
And I would compel him to say no, because trying to prove, take the word. I would advise him to take the words of his son Shador when they were trying to trap him in the media at Brown's camp, and they said, are you trying to prove everybody wrong? And he says, I'm not trying to prove anybody wrong. I'm just trying to prove myself right. You know what I mean? That's what Shador said. I think Dion should take the words from his son, and I think Dion should ignore the haters. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You worked a miracle. You took a 1-11 team losing by 30 points a game, the worst program in America. You turned them around to be a hot spot for 4- and 5-star athletes, bowl eligible, NIL money, TV, third most watched college team on TV behind Ohio State and Alabama. You don't have anything else to. Don't die on this hill. Not now.
Yeah. Dion, Coach Prime, we love you. We're always rooting for you and stuff, and we're rooting out for your health. And we're praying that if you're going to do this, we're going to support that you have your health all taken care of and stuff. So, folk, take care of yourself today. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we love Coach Prime. Keep doing what you're doing, baby. Just be safe. Till next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks.